Welcome back, everybody. We are here to pull cards for every sign for June the 12th today. And let's see what kind of energies come up for everybody. You may be interested to get a full picture in checking out not only your sun sign, but also your rising and your moon sign. If you want to know about love, you want to check out your Venus sign. And also your Jupiter sign if you want to know about what's expanding in your life or where you're growing. Okay, so let's start with Aries. Where can I put that? That it'll be out of the glare. Okay, so Aries, what you have coming up is the Two of Swords in reverse. Two of Swords in reverse is just telling me that you are having trouble making a decision today. There's something going on that, yeah, it is just really basically a decision, and it's something that it feels important to you, and I think it is something that will have an impact for more than just a few minutes after you've made this decision. And so I think you're trying to be as careful as you possibly can be with this. I don't really see you coming to a decision today, not with that card in reverse. For most of you, this is going to take more than just today to do this. You may even be looking for other information before you finish up and finally decide which way you want to go with this. Okay? Taurus, you guys are up next, and what you have showing up is the King of Pentacles. And so the King of Pentacles is coming in reverse. This is telling me that, Taurus, there's somebody that is going to be trying to shake you down for money. And when I say that, I mean that they're going to be coming to you asking for money, but they're not going to give you the full big picture of what they want the money for. And if it's not money, then maybe material goods. So you want to make sure that you've got all the information before you agree to this. All right, next up, Gemini. So Geminis, you guys have the Ten of Cups showing up in reverse. Now with this Ten of Cups in reverse, this just means that you're not very happy right now. There's something that is happening that is making you, I'm feeling like aggravated or upset would be a good way to put this. And it feels to me like there's something that you thought you were going to be able to move forward with, and instead you're finding out that you're sort of running into a wall with expanding this thing that makes you happy. And so where this is normally a happiness making topic for you, I think that frustration of not being able to move forward is really moving your emotions in the opposite direction. Okay, that's for Gemini. Next up we have Cancer. Now Cancer, you guys have the Eight of Cups showing up in reverse. Now, Eight of Cups is telling me that there was a point, Cancers, where you walked away from something because it was making you feel depleted. And now, with this card in reverse, you're coming back to that thing. Generally, when I see this come up, it has to do with some type of relationship, romantic, friendship, communicating more with family, that type of thing, some type of relationship, or a lot of times it has to do with employment, going back to an employment situation that you're not so thrilled about. And hopefully the reason you're going back to a situation that made you feel depleted before is because you have some kind of reason to expect things to be different this time. Let's hope, right? All right, next up we have Leos. So Leo, what you have showing up here is the King of Swords. I do think you want to be careful with people that you're interacting with today. There's going to be somebody here who, what I'm hearing is they're less than honest. So they may not be telling you blatant lies, but they may be telling you lies of omission where, if you don't ask just exactly the perfect question, they're not going to give you the answer about something that you really, with information that really makes a difference for you as you're thinking things over. So just be careful about somebody being a little bit sneaky, a little bit underhanded, twisting the truth, or leaving the truth out completely. Okay, so that's for Leo. Next up, we are looking at Virgo. So Virgo, what you have is the Ten of Wands today, and that's just telling me that you are picking up some type of responsibility. This can be taking a relationship to the next level. That's one way that this can manifest. This can also talk about having new job responsibilities at work. This can talk about taking a kid to practice or taking parents shopping or to the doctor, but some type of responsibility that you're handling today, Virgos. Next up, Libra. What do we have for you, Libras? 10 of Coins in reverse. This is not my favorite card when it comes up in reverse. This is telling me, very similar to someone who I think had the 10 of Cups in reverse earlier, this is telling me that you're trying to do something to make yourself feel more secure in the tangible world. So this could be trying to get a raise, trying to get a promotion. This could be trying to buy a home, adding on to the house, upgrading your vehicle, upgrading your relationship. Whatever it is that makes you feel more secure, excuse me, it looks like you're trying to do. The problem is that you're not able to take whatever this is to the next level. You're not able to add on to that security. There's some kind of obstacle or roadblock for now, I'm hearing. And I think that this has you a little bit frustrated, Libras. I also kind of get the sense that you weren't expecting that there would be an obstacle or a roadblock. I think you're expecting this to be smooth sailing. All right, next up we have Scorpio. Scorpio, what do we have, fellow Scorpios? So what we're looking at here is the Empress card in reverse. Empress card in reverse means, Scorpios, that what we're focusing on in our thoughts is on the things that we don't want to have, the things that our fears, or the things that we just don't want to manifest. So when the Empress is in reverse, it's not that we ever stop manifesting. We're always manifesting. The question is, what are we manifesting? Are we manifesting what we want, or are we manifesting what we're afraid of or what we don't want? With this card coming in, this tells me that we're manifesting what we don't want. And the reason we're doing that is because we're focusing more on those things that make us afraid, those things that we don't want in our lives, then we're focusing on those good things that we do want. So seeing this card ahead of time gives us a chance to shift that energy, make sure that we're staying focused as much on what we actually want as we possibly can be, so that we can shift this energy around and start manifesting those things. Okay, so that's for Scorpio. Next up is Sagittarius. Sagittarius showing up with the 9 of Pentacles. This is a really good card. It's a card of abundance. It's also a card of independence. So this is abundance that you have created yourself. Not saying that there aren't other people in this. Abundance really doesn't come without interactions. But I do feel like this is something that, you know, this was your idea. You were the driving force behind it. You know, so you're creating some kind of abundance for yourself, and I think you're enjoying this abundance that you've created. And like I said, it's an independent card, so, you know, you could be sharing some of your abundance with somebody else, but to me, it just is something that says, you know what, I'm not relying on anybody else's money, not relying on anybody else's resources, and potentially you could be sharing, but definitely you're self-sufficient. Okay, so that was Sagittarius. Next up we have Capricorn. Look at you, Capricorn. You've got your own sign right here, your own card. This is the card that does indicate Capricorn. And for me, the way that this is coming through for me is that you have some fears that you're facing today. So something may come up that is not what you want. And you kind of have to question, okay, so worst case scenario, what if this actually happens? What am I going to do? And then once you figure out what you would do if that actually happens, all of a sudden it's not so scary anymore because you're not helpless. There are things that you can do, okay? So facing your fears today, Capricorn, that's what I feel like for you. Next up we have Aquarius. Now Aquarius, you have the Knight of Pentacles showing up. So unlike your character. Excuse me. I think there is somebody that is interested in working on something together with you. They could be interested in working on a romantic relationship. They could be interested in working on something business-wise, either way. They could be interested in working on health. Maybe they want you guys to go to the gym together, or maybe you're having to take some kind of physical therapy, and this would be the physical therapist showing up and just recognizing that it's going to take a while to get to where you want to go. But there's something going on where somebody is wanting to help you move forward with something, and it looks to me like this is going to be something that will be successful, but a slower type of progress. Okay. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Card of the day for Pisces is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse is telling me, Pisces, that you may not be feeling a whole lot of energy right now. You may be going through something like a writer's block or a creative block, but I also feel like physically you're just not completely up to your normal self here. And that may be that, for a lot of you Pisces, that may be that though that you partied a little bit too hard the night before. Whether we're talking real party or whether we're talking to a Pisces who's it doesn't do so much partying anymore, and just it doesn't take much to really have the effects the next day. But I feel like for a lot of you, if you're feeling physically, it could have to do with what you've indulged in the previous day. And for a lot of you, I do feel like there are creative blockages going on. And I feel like that's happening, that part of it is happening probably to almost every Pisces. The other, just feeling kind of ugh in your body is a little bit different. I'm thinking we're only looking at about 40% of the Pisces at that point. So that's what I've got for today. Y'all, thank you very much for being here, for sharing, for subscribing, and for liking. And then, of course, thank you to those of you who are ordering private readings and Reiki sessions with me. I do appreciate that. Everybody have a fantastic day, and if I don't see you here for a private between now and then, I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.